Then we would hit back to school and do a ton of advertising for back to school. But I always found my mission over the summer was always at least 1,000 leads. Now our mission always now is 100 leads per month. But I always had my mission really for July, early August was generate 1,000 leads. What I knew is if I generated 1,000 leads, we're going to have a big enrollment month in July, but we're also going to have a huge back to school because those are all people now that I'm mailing to, I'm emailing, I'm texting, I'm calling, I'm doing all the different stuff to get them for back to school. So, is it true that you'll have intros that come in June or July who say we're off to, grandmothers or off to Disney World, and we'll get back to you when school goes back in session, and it's frustrating. Sure, you get some of that, but what you also get if you stir up enough traffic is you get an awful lot of people where either adult or child are kind of bored over the summer, looking for something to do, or super excited about what it is you're doing. But I always found May and June was really one of our biggest enrollment period by itself. Back to school was our single biggest enrollment period. And then late June through early August was the easiest time to generate leads because it was such a target rich environment. You may not generate them, for every one you go to with 50 leads, you may only generate one or two or three immediate enrollments, but you'll probably generate another 5 or 6 enrollments for back to school as well. So it becomes really worthwhile to do a bunch of them. The other thing I would add is when you're doing a lot of these summer camps, you'll meet a lot of people who also in the fall work at the elementary schools. So it becomes a good foot in the door. At the elementary schools, if at all possible, you may still have time to do PE teacher for the day, or at the very least, to get flyers to go out with grade reports, to get flyers to go out for good grades, good attendance, all of that kind of stuff by the end of the year. So there's a lot of things you can do really quickly if you hustle.